Hello, CCCH families. It is April. We are a few weeks into April. Spring is here, and we're so excited to kind of come to you again with an online parenting class for this month. We're so excited. There's so many things going on around our ministry, both in students and especially in kids. We are grand opening. We have opened up in-person kids ministry as of last Sunday. This Sunday is week number 2. We're so excited to see everyone back and meet so many of our families that we've not met yet since we've been here. We've been here in July. It was really weird to be the family pastor and not meet so many of our young families. So it's just been so great to meet so many of you and just be a part of what's been happening. So we're right now in the beginnings of talking about 2 different topics in kids ministry. We're talking about this idea of connecting with God and having friendships with our preschoolers. And in our elementary grades, Kids Work Studio, we're talking about this idea of reconnection, building a bridge of relationships. So we decided this evening just to talk to you a little bit about this idea of reconnecting. After a year of being home, being in a pandemic, maybe being away from others, we're finally getting to come back together and reconnect with people that we've missed. 1 Peter 3:15 talks about this idea of being prepared to give an answer for the hope we have when people ask. And that's what we want to talk about today, is as we reconnect with others, how do we have conversations of hope? For me, we really think a lot more about this place of community of hope. We want CCCH to be a community of hope for our families and for our kids. And so when we come together, it's so important for us to join together to have conversations of hope, but also to be sure that we're faithful to the community of faith. It's been a time where we've been online a whole lot. And so it's easy to get out of the habit of coming together, getting up on Sunday morning, getting together on Wednesday night for student ministry, and having that time together. But the Bible talks about the power of being together, not forsaking the gathering of each other together, because that's where we find hope. It's something that I actually got to talk to Wheaton Academy about a few weeks ago, about this idea of hope in the midst of a pandemic.
One of the other ways that we can reconnect with people right now is just even in our neighborhoods. I know for us, we've always strived to get to know our neighbors and the people that are around us. And right now, with it getting warmer outside, there's going to be tons of opportunities. Maybe we can't be in total close proximity with one another, but we can talk across the fence with our neighbors and share, hey, this is what's been going on in my life the last year. And we can ask them what's going on in their life over the last year. And some of those people are going to say, wow, this last year has been so hard for us and for our family. It's been hard on me as a parent. It's been hard on our kids. But we get that opportunity to share with them in those conversations that, you know what, we have a hope that lives inside of us. And we want to share that hope with those that are around us. In our neighborhood where we're currently living, we have 2 families on both sides of us that have young kids. And so we have introduced ourselves with our neighbors. The one family is actually a Muslim family, and they have been really great to come over and knock on our door and introduce themselves to us. But also we get that opportunity to share with them and say, hey, how are things going? And even just this week, Ramadan is starting for their family. And so we can show that we care about them by asking them, hey, we know that Ramadan is going on. How are you celebrating that? And we can also share about, wow, we just had Easter and this is what we did at our church.
Absolutely. And the hope we have coming out of the Easter season is so easy for us to share. Even for people who are maybe not churched, they still have an understanding of Christmas and of Easter. So we have these opportunities, these inroads to share about our hope. But as our kids get back to regular schooling, I know right after Easter, our kids went back to 75-80% of school. So they're in school again. But also sports are kicking back up. Thanks goodness for all the spring sports are coming back together. And these are opportunities for your kids, but also for you as parents to reconnect and to share in loving ways about the hope you have coming out of the pandemic and living in faith, not in fear, like we talked about a few months ago. I know in our world, sports has been a big part of our lives. We've had opportunities to sit in the rain, the snow, the sleet, outside watching soccer and sitting on those hard bleachers, watching basketball games. But there's opportunities that we have in these conversations. That we were trapped together waiting for sports to be over, waiting for the practice to be over, having intentional conversations of connection. But also for our kids, teaching them how to use their gifts and their abilities to connect and to share their faith. even when it comes to school. I know right after the school year started, and as we kind of went through the school year, my daughter took on some roles in her school setting. And recently she started a Bible study online through Zoom to talk to others about faith, but to invite people into conversations. And even our son has found these opportunities to share with the students he's meeting. He used kind of something that's part of his life, which is vitiligo. He has some skin pigmentation that he kind of struggles with sometimes. And people ask him questions. And his response recently, over the last couple of weeks, as he's got back into regular schooling, has been, what's going on with your skin? And he's like, it's just the way God made me. And I'm okay with how God made me. And it was an opportunity for him to talk to others about the differences and the sameness that we have together. Something we're talking about in elementary right now in kids' work is how do we connect and build bridges to others who are different than us. My son used something that could be a real big detriment, something that he's not comfortable with maybe, and said, hey, you know what, I'm going to use this to talk about faith, but also to have conversations of faith. Even recently, he was an opportunity to, hey, come over and hang out at our church and play Nerf guns. We played Nerf Wars a few weeks ago together. We had some brand new friends that came from his school, hanging out with him. Some neighbors, a neighborhood kid came as well. There's so many simple ways that we can reconnect as we head into the spring season. We enjoy the weather outside. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that you are connecting to your church family. Kind of going back to the very beginning, we are open. We're together on Sunday mornings in 2 services. We have student ministry happening, and now we have kids ministry. And we're going to be creating some opportunities. Just like our roller skating day, we're going to have opportunities for you to connect back to the CCCH family and to connect with other people who believe in the same hope. Thank you so much for tuning in for a few moments with us. We love being a part of your lives. If there's ever anything we can do for you as parents or for your family, please let us know. I'll make sure that we put up our email and our phone numbers here at the end of this video. And as always, my office is open. I'm here for you and with you as a family pastor. We're here together as a couple. Want to make sure that we're here for you to kind of talk through life and process all the things that are happening in your world. Thank you so much.